Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Um, I'm Jason, and today I am going to be taking image capture data from a couple of great guys, uh, Joe from Joe's Astrophoto and Glenn Clowder from Astrobloke. They were gracious enough to put their data out on the Bubble Nebula. So what I am going to do is I am going to process that mono data in Photoshop for you. Just a caveat, I don't really do a lot with mono, so I am not a expert in any of this, so anything that I say or do, take with a grain of salt, because I am learning this uh, still. But anyways, let's get started. So we're going to go and we're going to grab the three uh, masters. We've got hydrogen alpha, we've got oxygen, and we've got sulfur. So we're going to go ahead and open those up. And this is what it's going to look like at the get-go. Doesn't look like too much. But let's go ahead and we will work on the oxygen. So I don't know if this is right. I don't know if this is wrong, but this is what I do from watching YouTube videos and just kind of doing what I think is right. I don't know that there's a right or wrong way, but this is my way. So we're going to go to image adjustment levels, and at this point we're going to drag the white level all the way down past all this right here to get past all these artifacts, all the artifacts. So we've dragged that down, click OK. Start to see some nebulosity come out. We're going to do it again, and this time we're going to drag the black right up to the edge of that bar, because that's where all your data is. Again, we're going to do it again. And we're going to do it again. And we're going to keep doing this until we get something that looks not blown out, but we've got nebulosity. So, and then once you get to a point, you're going to want to start moving this mid-level. So let's move the mid-level, because what the mid-level will do is it won't blow out any more of your whites. So we're just moving that mid-level. So this is what we have so far. That doesn't look too bad. Keep doing this to your liking. Keep adjusting the black level, and then just adjust that mid-level. And now you can see all the hydrogen alpha data just kind of popping out. So that looks pretty good. From this point, we can do a curves adjustment. So if we go to image adjustment curves, we're just going to grab right here in the middle, and we're just going to pull it down ever so slightly and see the data start to kind of pop out a little bit. That looks good. Okay, so once you've got that down, let's check our black level again. So again, we can that black to get it to a point where we've got more black. Once we have it to a point that we like, this looks pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and go into filter, camera raw, and I'm going to do noise reduction. So if we click down here, we can see both before and after. And if we look at it, we go to details, the noise reduction slider, and just slide that. Let's overdo it so you can see it. And slide it back a little. It's about right there. That looks pretty good. So here's our image. This is our HA data. So that one looks pretty good. So from here, I'm going to go ahead and do the exact same thing for the oxygen and for the sulfur. Okay, so I've gone ahead and completed the stretch on the oxygen 3 and the sulfur 2. So let's take a look at those and the hydrogen alpha. So here's the hydrogen alpha. Here is the O3. And here's the S2. So I did all the level adjustments, I did the curves, I did the noise reduction to what I thought looked good. So now what we're going to do is we are going to bring this data in to a color image. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick the image, do a Control A, Control C. So Control A selects all, Control C is copy. Then we're going to go to File, New. Here, you want to make sure that you select color mode to RGB color, and then create. So that's going to create us a new file right here. And then we're going to go into, since this was HA, we are going to go to green, and we are going to do Control V or paste. Then we're going to go to the next master for O3, do a Control A, Control C, go back to our new file, and O3 is blue, so we're going to paste blue. Then we're going to go to our S2, same thing, Control A, Control C, to the new file. S2 is red. Excuse me. So S2 is red, and now we should have, if we select all layers, we should have a color image. So if you look at this image, you'll notice that it has a green hue to it, and some of the stars have magenta or purple hue or halo around. So we're going to try to address that. Like I said, I'm not an expert, so this may or may not be the best way to do it, but this is my way to do it. So first thing that we are going to do is we are going to remove this green hue. So I'm going to go to Layer, New Adjustment Layer, Selected Color, and I'm going to say OK. And here we are going to select our greens, and we are going to remove the cyan and the yellow. So it's looking better already. We are going to go to our yellows, and we're going to remove the cyan. And this is all to your personal preference. I know that SHO, that's the sulfur, hydrogen, oxygen color palette, but it is all to your liking. So I'll drag the yellow down a little bit, see what we get. But this is all personal taste. So yellows. So to get rid of the background purpley color in the background, we go to magentas, and we just pull that back a little. That'll help to darken up the background. Oh, and And then for the stars, if we go to the whites and we pull magenta out there, it's going to help us. So this is a image that's looking pretty good now. So from this point, I am going to flatten this. That looks okay to me. All right. So from this point, if we want to mess with the colors of, you can do it through selected color, or you can do it through camera raw. It's totally up to you. So now let's see what I'm going to do. I'm going to, I've done my noise reduction on each channel. I've combined them. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to actually add a new layer. And I'm going to use the HA layer, the HA data here. I'm going to do a Control A. Back over here, we are going to just, on the new file, we're going to do Control V. And I am going to pick here a luminosity layer. So what this is going to do is it's just going to give you a little more appearance of having more dust and kind of bring that nebulosity out. So we can adjust the opacity. And if you look here, if we turn this layer off, turn it back on, you can see that it gives us a little more appearance of more dust. So that looks pretty good. So I'm happy with that. Go ahead and flatten this. All right, so let's go in and do some adjustment to the colors in Camera Raw. So we're going to create a new layer. Control Alt Shift and E gives me a new layer, and then I'm going to go into Filters, Camera Raw Filter, and then we are going to do the before and after view, and we're just going to bring that up. So if we look at it just for noise level, noise doesn't look too bad, but if I wanted to, I could sharpen that up a little bit, or reduce the noise, sorry, a little. And if I wanted to go to color mixing, let's say we have our aquas, which are here, we can bring it in and make it more blue. It looks pretty good. Adjust our saturations and luminance. Bring it out and just look at the difference before and after. If I wanted to get to the golds and yellows, kind of bring those out. All right, so let's turn that layer off, turn it back on, layer off, turn it back on. So it looks all right. I mean, like I said, I'm no expert, so. All right, and so the last thing that I'm going to do, let's go ahead and flatten this image. The last thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new layer, Control Shift and E, and I'm going to try to sharpen this up a bit. So I'm going to go to Filter, Other, high pass. And just kind of, you want this to be a little bit noticeable, but not a whole lot. It's all the taste again. That looks all right. Let's just try that. And then we're going to change the we're going to change this to overlay. So now let's look at the difference just by adding that high pass filter. It's a little blurry, sharpens it up. That might have been a little too much. So that kind of just so that high pass filter. So that high pass filter kind of sharpened everything up. You notice you turn it off, it's kind of soft. Turn it back on, kind of brings out the definition between the nebulosity. Still looks a little noisy, so I mean I can go. Let's flatten this image because that looks okay. Let's go back to side by side. Okay, I think that's it. I mean, like I said, I am no expert. I am just learning how to process mono data. So, I don't know if this is wrong or this is right. I don't know that there is a wrong or right. So this is my interpretation of Joe and Glenn's data of the Bubble Nebula. So I just wanted to take a moment to thank Joe and Glenn for putting their data out for the public so that we could give a go at it and process it our own way. Like I said, I'm no expert at Photoshop and definitely not very good with mono data. So I appreciate the opportunity, and if you stuck around this long, I'm going to go ahead and show the image here at the end shortly. Yeah, I just appreciate everybody that has subscribed to my channel, everybody that's hung around, all my new subscribers, all existing subscribers. I really appreciate it, and I will continue to push out content, if processing videos or videos of us going out and imaging in the middle of the desert. So with that, I will show my final image, and I thank you all. Clear skies.